Hey, it is ADIA. It's been a minute, or maybe it hasn't. I may have just uploaded a video, so maybe it hasn't been a minute. But anyways, I am here to do a wear test on the new ColourPop No Filter Foundation. So you guys know that I love ColourPop. I love the Super Shock shadows. Their lip glosses are really nice. Their Luxe lipsticks are awesome. So I was super excited that they came out with a foundation. It is $12 for 0.85 fluid ounces, and most foundations usually come in a 1 ounce size. So it's slightly less than standard, but it's also lower price. So I think it's a great value. And I just wanted to test that out for you guys and show you guys which colors work best for me. I picked up 3 shades because all the different beauty gurus that I watch kind of use different shades, and nobody that is like my perfect shade match has reviewed it yet, or at least not that I've seen. And so I just went on the website, and the website actually had a pretty extensive guide on picking the ColourPop shade based on Fenty, Estee Lauder, Maybelline Fit Me, and also MAC. So they actually had it was actually pretty helpful. And so according to the website, they said if you're MAC NC 45, then you'll be shade 155. But then based on Makeup Shayla's review, I kind of was like, maybe I'm 165 because this is like more olive, like neutral, whereas this is like warmer. And then I also picked up 170 because when I was watching Ellery's review, I thought I was going to be like 180 or 185. So I picked up 170. This is darker. I think this is the shade that Makeup Shayla ended up using. She's like a couple of shades darker than me and a little bit like warmer. I think I'm more neutral olive than she is, but she used 170. So I kind of was like, let me just cover all my bases. Let's swatch. Okay, so first I'll do dark 155. So this is 155. Let's zoom you in. Okay, so this is dark 155. It's very warm. This is a very like thin consistency. Dark 165. So this is dark 165. It's, I guess, has more red in it than 155. Dark 170. Oh, maybe. Yeah, so this is dark 170. It looks kind of red. Yeah, so dark 170 I think is definitely too red for me. This is 165. I feel like this is slightly too dark. So I guess maybe this is right. Now that it's dried, I think it's pretty good. So I think I'm gonna go with this one, 155. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna wipe this off and then apply it. All right, I'm actually gonna put on a little bit more sunscreen since I wiped it off. I'm actually super excited about this sunscreen. This is something that's new to my store, Coveted Beauty, and it's by this brand called Great Skin. And this is SPF 30. It's chemical free, and it actually does not leave a white cast, which is very hard to find in mineral sunscreen. So I was super happy that I found one, and it is now available in my store. See, look at that. No white cast. Love it. All right, so I'm gonna do dark 155. Pump on my hand. So you can see it's kind of liquidy, not like super watery, but it's not like a thick cream foundation. Real Techniques Expert Face Brush to kind of just blend it in. This is supposed to be medium coverage, and I think it's like a natural matte foundation. So I'm kind of just dabbing a little bit on my skin and then blending it out with the brush. And I like to focus on the center of my face and blend out so that it just kind of like fades away into the rest of my skin and like my neck and my hairline. And there's not like that mask kind of effect that can sometimes happen. So as you guys know, I try to use like as little foundation as possible. So I'm not gonna put like a thick layer or anything like that on. Okay, this blends very nice. And I think it has a pretty nice finish. You know, my skin is always like very well moisturized before I apply any foundation because it helps like the foundation glide and it kind of shears down the foundation a little bit. I have like some redness around here, so I'm kind of just like tapping it on to try to build up that coverage in that area. Okay, so this is one pump, as you can see, and I think this is actually pretty nice coverage. It's on the light side of medium right now. I mean, it's covered the redness that I had like kind of right here. I don't really have like a lot of discoloration, but I think it's really done a nice job of even my skin tone. And it looks like skin. It looks natural. It feels light. Doesn't feel tacky. I like this. I'm gonna add a little bit more just to see if it's buildable. So I'm gonna just kind of like focus this around the center of my face. Yeah, I mean, I have like darkness around my mouth and I did not color correct that, but I think it looks okay. Okay, that looks good. So this is what's left of the second pump. So I guess I used about like a pump and a half. I think this is like a very nice medium coverage. This is probably the most coverage that I would go for because I don't use full coverage foundation. I don't like it or need it really, but I like this. I like this level of coverage. So I'm gonna do concealer and then I will test out the yellow banana powder. Okay, and for concealer, I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Chestnut. I like this because it has a lot of peachy tones to it. So I feel like it's just kind of more natural. I'm just not as into the really bright under eye. So this is just really to like address any darkness. It's not necessarily like a highlighting concealer. And I'm going to use this My Kit Co. My Ultra Multi Brush. See, it just kind of lightens it up a little bit, but it's not like ultra highlighted and bright. The setting powder is $9 and I got the banana shade, and I've never used a banana powder. I've always seen it, but I just haven't bought any. So I'm really excited to see how this works for the under eye area. I'm just kind of tapping it in, not a ton. And I always go like right there around the side of my nose. Huh. All right, that looks pretty good. It's like slightly brighter, but it's not like harsh or jarring or anything like that. All right, that actually looks pretty good. We'll see how it goes throughout the day. So I'm gonna finish up my makeup, then I'll come back, set the time, and then I'll check in a couple times throughout the day. But right now it is 9:49 a.m., which means I'm pretty damn late for work, but I'll be right back. All right, here I am with my finished makeup look. It is exactly 10 o'clock. So I do kind of feel like, let me zoom you guys out so you can see a little bit better. So I feel like on my face alone, it is a good match, but I do think it's slightly lighter than my neck. I feel like maybe my neck is more like the 165 and my face is more 155. Maybe 160 is the perfect choice, but I remember 160 being a cool toned shade when I was looking on the website, which is why I did not buy it because I do not have cool undertones. So perhaps I'm a perfect mix between 155 and 165. I did not want to mix this foundation for you guys because everybody mixes different proportions, whatever, and I just wanted you guys to see how one shade looks on me in case you do use my shades as a reference. So this is me wearing 155. It's 10 a.m. I will list my makeup details down below, and I will check in a few hours just to let you guys know how this is wearing. Okay, I just went to Starbucks. It is 2:25, so it's been like 4.5 hours. And I think this foundation looks pretty good. There's like creasing under my eyes right here from my concealer. So I'm not sure if I love the loose powder, although concealer does tend to crease on me. So I don't know. I can't say it's like a good or a bad loose powder based off of just this one experience, but I do think the foundation has been holding up pretty nicely. I do have like some smile lines right here, which happens from time to time. Sorry, it's extremely windy near my job, but I think this looks pretty good. Okay, it is now 5:03. I'm at home. I left work early just so that I could beat the traffic, but I still have like a little bit more work to do this evening. But I wanted to check in. I think it actually looks pretty good. Like my nose has a very, very, very slight sheen, which I feel like is totally normal considering I have had this foundation on, let's see, since 10. So I've had it on for 7 hours. I think it looks pretty good. The same amount of creasing is still there under my eyes, but otherwise, pretty happy. It is now 8:07 p.m. Oh, I love summer with like the super long evenings. So here's the final check on my makeup. I think this foundation is a winner actually. Like at first I thought that the color was off, but here as you can see in just like natural lighting, I think this shade was actually a really good match. And even though it's matte, and I typically don't go for matte, I think it wears really nicely throughout the day. I have normal, slightly combination skin, and I think that just as the day goes, as you know, your skin, I mean, I didn't sweat at all today, so I can't say sweat, but kind of just like as you go through the day, I think the foundation looks better and better. It is like, there's like slight kind of like cakiness, and you know my nose, kind of the center of my face, is a little bit shiny, but I don't think it looks bad at all. I haven't blotted, powdered, or done anything like that today, and I think it has just worn really, really nicely actually. I don't think it looks heavy or cakey or anything like that. So I'm actually extremely happy with this foundation. As you guys saw, there was like the creasing in my concealer area, and I can't say if that was due to the powder or the concealer because I have like 3 or 4 different concealers, so it's not like I always wear the same concealer. I also used an eye oil today instead of my normal eye cream, so perhaps, you know, my under eyes were extra moisturized today. Like, so I mean, the pressed powder, even though there was creasing in my concealer area, I can't really 100% fault the loose powder. I'll still continue to wear it. I'm very happy with this foundation. I definitely recommend it. I would only caution if you have very dry skin to then make sure that you moisturize well, but I would advise that for any more matte foundation. But if you have normal to combination or oily skin, I think that you might actually really, really like this foundation. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.